Have you ever looked at house prices and just thought, this is insane? How can anyone afford this? You're not alone. It feels like a recent problem, a crisis of our generation. But what if I told you that what we're experiencing is part of a story that's centuries old? A story of boom, bust, and collective madness that repeats itself over and over again. This isn't just about supply and demand. It's about human psychology. Today, we're diving into the history of the world's oldest bubble, real estate. Let's travel back to 17th century Amsterdam, the Dutch Golden Age. Trade is booming, money is flowing, and everyone wants a piece of the action. Sound familiar? People started speculating on everything, from tulip bulbs to, you guessed it, land and houses along the canals. Prices soared to astronomical heights. A single canal house could cost more than a lifetime's wages for a skilled artisan. People borrowed heavily, convinced that prices would only go up. Then the bubble burst. Fortunes were wiped out overnight, leaving a trail of financial ruin. The lesson? When everyone believes something is a sure bet, it's often the most dangerous time to invest. Fast forward about a century to post-revolutionary America. The new nation was expanding westward, and land was the ultimate prize. Speculators, including some of the founding fathers, bought up vast tracts of land on credit, convinced that waves of settlers would make them rich. This led to the Panic of 1797. Land values plummeted, banks failed, and many prominent figures ended up in debtor's prison. It was a brutal reminder that even in a brand new country full of promise, the fundamental rules of economics still apply. The dream of endless growth can quickly turn into a nightmare. Now, let's jump to a more modern and perhaps more familiar example. Japan in the late 1980s. The Japanese economy was the envy of the world. The stock market and real estate prices went into overdrive. At the peak, the land under the Imperial Palace in Tokyo was said to be worth more than all the real estate in California. People believed Japan was different, that its unique economic structure made it immune to collapse. They bought property not based on its rental income or utility, but purely on the expectation that its price would double tomorrow. When the bubble burst in 1990, it didn't just pop. It deflated slowly and painfully, leading to what's now known as Japan's lost decade, which arguably stretched into 2 or 3. The economy stagnated for years, a cautionary tale for any nation that thinks it has rewritten the laws of financial gravity. So, we've seen it in the Netherlands, in early America, and in modern Japan. Each time, the details are different, but the pattern is strikingly similar. It starts with a good story. A new technology, a growing population, or a booming economy. This creates genuine demand. Then, easy credit floods the market, allowing people to borrow more and more money to chase rising prices. This is where things get dangerous. The media fans the flames with stories of overnight millionaires. A fear of missing out, or FOMO, takes over. People aren't buying a home to live in, they're buying a lottery ticket, hoping to get rich quick. Logic goes out the window, replaced by pure emotion and herd mentality. And why does this keep happening? Because real estate is unique. It's not just an asset, it's deeply tied to our sense of security, stability, and identity. The dream of owning a home is a powerful one. We can see it, touch it, live in it. This physical connection makes it feel safer and more real than owning a stock. Mark Twain famously said, "Buy land, they're not making it anymore." This simple, powerful idea fuels the belief that real estate can only ever go up in the long run. Banks love to lend against property because if you default, they can take the house. This creates a feedback loop of ever-increasing credit and ever-increasing prices. The cycle almost always ends the same way. At some point, the music stops. Interest rates might rise, making mortgages more expensive. A recession might hit, leading to job losses. Or prices simply get so high that there are no new buyers left who can afford to enter the market. The first wave of sellers finds that no one is buying at the peak price. They lower their expectations. Then panic sets in. The herd that rushed to buy now rushes to sell, all at the same time. Lenders tighten credit, making the problem even worse. The bubble bursts, and the cycle of pain begins, impacting not just investors but entire communities. So, what does this mean for us today, as we stare at our own seemingly unbreakable real estate market? It means we need to be smart and look beyond the hype. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it often rhymes. The key is to understand the difference between value and price. Is a home's price justified by the rent it could generate, or by the local incomes? Or is it being driven purely by speculation and the hope of selling it to someone else for more money later? Asking these questions can help you stay grounded when everyone else is losing their heads. It's not about trying to time the market perfectly. That's nearly impossible. It's about making informed decisions based on your own financial situation and long-term goals, not on a fear of missing out. A home should be, first and foremost, a place to live and build a life. If it appreciates in value, that's a bonus, not the sole reason for buying. By understanding the long, crazy history of real estate manias, we can better navigate the present and protect ourselves from the inevitable busts that follow the booms. The world's oldest bubble will inflate again, but you don't have to be a victim of it. Thanks so much for watching. This is a complex topic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Where do you think the market is headed? And if you found this historical deep dive valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that helps you make sense of the world. See you next time.